Hi guys, so today I thought I'd do something a little bit different, but to start with I would like to wish you all a happy new year, happy 2020. So I hope it's a good one for everybody. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself, because I have been doing the YouTube channel for nearly 2 years, which I can't believe it's gone so quickly. So I thought today I'd do something a little bit different. I have been doing I want to teach myself how to do art journaling, and I'm not really very good, so I thought I would try and fill some of this book up this year and maybe another one. So I'm going to try and do one once a week to see how it goes and video it. Some of them will probably just be quiet, and then I'll just video and sort of speed some bits up. And then the other bits I'll probably talk through. So today I thought, because I normally do my videos and I don't talk a lot, and I don't sort of like babble on about different things, I thought I'll give you a quick update on me. So a lot of people have asked me a few questions, so I thought I would just let you all know all together, because I was asked to do the 10 crafty questions and I never got round to doing it, so I do apologise to everybody that asked me to do it. Here we go. So first of all, this is what I've done so far. So this one I did obviously last year, so I've just done it for a couple of months and I was going to keep going and I stopped. So here's a few pages. That one's a bit dark. I was a bit dark. This one was quite easy actually, because this was just a beautiful napkin that I stuck down here, and then I just painted with some the oxide distress inks on here, and pop a little quote there, which is nice. This one, I just adore these fairy stamps, absolutely beautiful. A little bit of bling on there. This one was just a quick little, I don't know, little hearts on there. This one I did a couple of days ago, which I actually like that one because I like my glitter. And these, believe it or not, are papers that I'm designing. So another project that I'm doing this year is trying my best to try and get some digital papers. So hats off to everybody that does them, because they are not easy. So you never know, I might get 1 or 2 out this year, so here's fingers crossed that I'm going to try. Right, so first of all, I've made some of these little, these are some little sort of like flower doodles that I've done. I might actually pop these on my Etsy as well, sort of like a little download sheet for them. So these are a few that I've done, so these are just practice ones. So what I thought I'd do is I will make a little page with them, and then I've got some little bits of tissue paper that I had left over from other projects. I've got a piece of this, which is the Tim Holtz paper, so I thought I'd give it a go anyway. And also what I found out, whether you want to know or not, I don't know, I was having problems because I've had the glass mat, and because my lighting, now I've changed my lighting, it's from above, I can see my lamps in the glass. So what I did today, I don't know whether you can see there, I've just popped a piece of tracing paper and they sort of like disappear. So I thought it was really good. And then that also, I can still see the marks underneath. And then when I put this back, I know where the camera is. So there, I thought that was a good one. So anyway, let's go. So let's start. I'm going to stick a few bits and pieces down and do some ripping and tearing, see what we can come up with. So to start with, what I thought I'd do is try and answer some of the 10 crafty questions that were asked. And one of them, to start with, if I can remember a few of them, not all of them, was my name. So obviously my name's gi.kerr. My full name is Giovanna, which is Italian, and my name came from because my mum was a nanny, and she actually worked for Sean Connery. She was a nanny to his children and his wife, so I was named after his daughter. So that was quite nice. So I have no Italian connections at all. So that's it, but people call me G because it's a lot of people can't remember, or they can't pronounce it, so I've always been called G, so it's gi.kerr. So everybody that asks me how to pronounce my name, so there we are. And my YouTube channel, well, I opened my YouTube channel probably years and years ago, and I had no intentions of making videos, so I just opened it up with my name. So really I just left it, and I thought people will then know who I am, so it's not very exciting. But I did have my Etsy shop. It's Happiness and Crafting, because obviously that's my happy place, so that's why I named my shop Happiness and Crafting. So what else can I tell you? I actually live in Portugal. I'm originally from the UK. I used to live in a beautiful place called in Cornwall, in Falmouth, which I know that Artie Mays lives down in Mevergizzy. It wasn't too far away from where I used to live, and it's absolutely beautiful. But due to work and everything, and the kids growing up, we did move up country, and eventually we moved off to Spain, and now I'm in Portugal. So this is where I've been for the last 10 years working, which is, I absolutely love it here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and everybody is so nice. So yeah, so that's that bit. So what else can I tell you? As you all know, my mum lives with me, so we don't really get out very often at all anymore, because she needs to be looked after quite a lot. So it's quite nice that I can actually sort of like work from home, which is nice, and then I can keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't get up to mischief. So these are really pretty. I do like these napkins. So I thought I would do just a art journal page. Try and do one sort of once a week. I don't know whether anybody will be interested in watching it, but it's sort of like a no-brainer work, if you know what I mean. You just want to stick things on, and because I'm still learning, it's probably not a no-brainer, but that's how I feel. It's, you can just put things wherever you like, and not have to think about it too hard, and it's nice just to have that freedom to do it. So this is why I would like to just make a few pages and try and sort of teach myself, and I'm going to go and have a good look on some videos. I've seen some, but I can't remember who did them. So I'm going to have a good look and start following some of their channels. I watch so many videos. Well, I don't really. I look and then I put them, I sort of like put them in a watch later, and I just have so many that I never seem to watch them later. I think we're all pretty much like that. Okay, so that's not too bad, is it? So, oops. There we go, I'm all sticky again. So I think these look quite nice on there. I'm going to put some bit of gesso on here first, and a little bit of inks. Look what I got for Christmas. Lovely oxide inks. So I popped a little sticker on there with the colour of the ink on, so I know. And I've got this lovely little basket to pop them all in. So I'm going to use some of those on here as well. Okay. Let's see, what shall we do? I need a paintbrush and my little pot of gesso. Okay, oops, goopy bit in there. Right, so this is just, oh, that was a good start, wasn't it? Let's wipe that off there. So there we go. Just cover this a little bit up just so we can ink it a bit and the colour will sort of like stick. It's easier to stick when you've got the gesso on there, I think, anyway. So let's see what of a mess we can come up with. Okay, right, so what I want to do this year, I want to do a bit more sort of art journaling, and I'd like to do, I used to do canvases. It's just sort of like, I suppose they were art canvases really, and that was ages ago. That must have been like 15 years ago, before I even really knew about any of the junk journaling or anything like that. But I've crafted since I was tiny, and I just used to love to colour in. I don't know whether you remember them, but you used to get those lovely colouring books, and they just had like one colouring thing. It's almost like the Mandela stamps on them. Gosh, just spent hours and hours colouring them in. Oh, I just absolutely love it. So I think I was, every 5 minutes, every spare time I had, I would colour in. Just love it. So I've always been arty. There we go. I'm going to give that a quick blast with my heat gun a minute. I think you'll probably spend hours and hours just tiddling with pages as well. I think that's pretty dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick some of these on here. No, I'm not. I'm going to ink first. Oops. Let's just pop these out of the way. Okay, so what else am I got? Some things that I would like to do this year. So one of them is doing some more art journaling. So it's like free. It's like you can just let your imagination go with it, which is quite nice. And I do find it quite therapeutic just to work and not, oopsie daisy, God, clumsy, and not have to sort of think about what you're doing. Let's get a brush, some paint. So this is the lovely oxides, Tim Holtz oxides, and it's perfect colour with the butterflies. So I did order some of those little finger dobby things to use, because on the last page I did, my fingers were stained for days because I actually used my finger, which was a bit silly. And it did come off eventually. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of painting bits and pieces. Yeah, so another thing that I'm going to be doing this year is also, as like I said before, I'll try and do some digital papers, but it's not that easy, and it's very time consuming. I tried over Christmas to get some done, or attempt to do it. I do have one which I absolutely love, but now I need to figure out other things, like how to actually get it onto Etsy, which I never really thought about. But my other half is good at that, so I think that's going to be his job. So hopefully, you never know, I might get that done by the end of the month with a bit of luck. So we will see. So keep an eye out, but I will do a video on it anyway. So I think I'm just making a big mess actually on this, but never mind. It's fun. I think there's no rules on what you should do and what you don't, what you can do and what you can't do. It's just your imagination. But hopefully, if I keep this up, by the end of the year, I might have some good pieces. very pink. Let me just get rid of some of this because I don't really want that. I want one of my little flowers. I would like a little bit of greeny blue in here, I think. So let me, oopsie daisy. It's nice and bright green. This is a beautiful colour. This is peacock feather. That's really lovely. I do like it. It's sort of a turquoisey greeny colour. Beautiful. I think it will go quite nicely. Look at that. The pink. Nearly tempted to go in with my fingers. Probably should. Bit of green. Okay, so what else should I say about myself? Oh, I don't know whether some of you have seen, the other thing I do are dragon's eyes, which is completely opposite to any of this. A few years ago, I was asked to do if I could make a dragon's eye, and I had no idea what to do. So there's a lady on YouTube called Yvonne. Now I can't remember her surname, but I'm going to pop a link below because I taught myself from her video. It's absolutely amazing. She did it. It's like the Game of Thrones. It was when everybody was really wanting the Game of Thrones, the dragon's eyes in that. So I taught myself, and I did it on, I painted them onto these little glass cabochons, and I popped them into jewellery. I will pop the link. I do have not a YouTube channel, I have a Facebook page. I don't advertise because I get quite a lot of work anyway, which is really lovely, and they take a little while for me to do, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So it's completely different to what I do here, but it's really nice. It's very therapeutic as well to do, which is nice. I think I'm just making a big mess, really, aren't I? Trying to think what was in the crafty questions. Can't remember. I should have really written them down. It's hard for me because I don't normally chat. I normally like to do a video and show you what I'm doing, and then that's it, because I don't like faffing about in videos. The videos I like to watch are when people get straight to the point and do what they say they're going to do, because as I do, I get bored. So I try and do my videos how I would like to watch it, which is just tell you what I'm doing and make it. So it's just the way I am. I don't know whether some people like to put videos on in the background of people making stuff and chatting away, but it's quite difficult to sort of talk to yourself. I did find it very, very hard in the beginning, because you're sort of like talking to yourself and you're wondering whether anybody's out there listening to you. So it's quite difficult. I don't know whether I really like this one very much, so let's just see if we can tone it down a bit. I think I will pop, it's been a napkin, a bit of gesso over the top of this one. Again, I like it when it sort of like comes off here. You've got like the colours. I'm going to add a bit more gesso to this, and I can stick some of my flowers over the top. I will get the hang of this at some point, I'm sure. So maybe I shall do a craft along with me with you guys, but we can figure out some, if we all got the same sort of materials, we could try and do one together. Whether that will work, I don't know, but we will see. I did put like a vote thing on YouTube, and I wasn't quite sure how it actually worked, to ask you what you would like to see me make in 2020. I did it on a YouTube one, but it didn't sort of come up with the vote things. I thought it was going to come up with a percentage of people want certain things. I think I put on there recycle projects, embellishments, craft along with me, and I think people wanted embellishments and a lot of recycling. So I do like to use up bits and pieces for recycling, so I'll probably do a lot more of that this year as well. Oh gosh. And I want to try and get a video out more, or videos out more often as well, because time seems to go very quickly, especially 2019 went really, really quickly. There's a lot going on, and I think it just sort of like disappeared. There's so many things that you have to do, and here and there, and anyway, we're in 2020 now, so let's hope we can just take a little bit more easy. Right, I'm going to quickly blast this again. Okay, so that's sort of like the background, still a bit wet, but never mind. So let's stick some flowers on. Let's have this nice big colourful one. Printed these out on my computer, on my printer. I'm not 100% sure whether the ink is very good on that one. Really do need to invest in a good printer. It's knowing what sort of printer to get, because the inks are so expensive. And here, I think in America you guys have you can do it monthly or something like that, your ink and stuff, but we don't have that here. And the ink is so expensive. Oopsie daisy. Stick these on, and then I might go over it again with something, bit of Mod Podge or something, keep them stuck down. They look quite pretty, don't they? Let's just stick it like that. I had fun doing these flowers, because over Christmas when we're watching telly, I've spent most of my time in my pyjamas, which is absolutely great. Watching telly and eating. So isn't that what it's all about? So what I did lots of sort of doodling. So I've made these sort of flowers and all sorts of things. That was really good fun. So I just sat in front of the telly having a little doodle, which was good. So let's just stick some of these down here. Oops. Nice and random. Oops. So what I did, I've just got one of the little these little pens here. Oops. Which are the Uniball ones, and that's a fine, and then this one is a micro, and they're really nice, really nice. I just happened to sort of like pick them up in the shop a while back. I never really used them, so I thought I'd have a little doodle. And then Andy, my other half, gave me a most amazing watercolour set. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me quickly show you, hang on a sec. Here, look at that, absolutely gorgeous. And these are all individual, and they've got gold in there, beautiful. So I've been having a play with those, and that's what the colours come out. They come out so vivid, they're absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I've been playing with this Christmas, doodling and stuff. So let's stick all these down. Okay, And this one just says flower. Look, I can put that over there or somewhere in a minute. Put a few more of these on. Make a little flower garden. Oops, let's stick this down. Where should we stick this? I could stick this side. Okay. Okay, so do let me know what you want me to see me do. If you want me to do something completely different, oops, let me know, because I would like to try out different things. I love doing my junk journals, absolutely love it. I can't see myself doing any other thing, but I would like to, you know, do other things as well. Because once you get in the junk journal world, it's very, very hard to get out of it. Because it's just sort of addictive. Where's my scissors? Here we go. Let's just cut this off here. On this page here, I actually drew on here with those pens that I just showed you, which are really nice. I do like those pens. It's a bit sticky there. Let's just add a little bit of gesso to here. It's a very different page for me. I need to use a bit more colour. That's what I was thinking in 2020. I need to be a bit more colourful. Use a bit more colour in things. Because this one's nice and bright. Because if you look, if you go back, everything's very, very dark. Getting a little bit lighter. But this one seems a bit more happier. Well, I think so anyway. Oops, I think we just clicked off. There we go. I believe we're back on again. Okay, so that's looking nice and colourful, isn't it? So let's just pop a little bit more of gesso around here, look. In these little bits. Perfect. Stick that down a bit. There. I'm going to give it a quick dry because I want to go around it with a little bit of those with my pens, and I can't do that if it's wet. Okay, there we are. Let's pop the lid on the gesso. Oops. Let's hope this is dry enough to use the pen. So I'm going to use, I don't want the micro, let's just use the fine. Okay, stick these down. So I'm just going to just go around the edges on some of these little flowers. Okay. Squash down there. My camera's making a funny noise, I can hear it. So I'm just going around the edges of the flower with the black, just to enhance the edge. Really, I could do with like a watercolour, black watercolour pencil, a little bit of charcoal or something like that, just so I could smudge it. Because you can't really smudge these. So that will be on my shopping list. Oopsie daisy. So a bit in here. I think that's a bit wet. I better not drawn it too much so it's wet. Okay, so I'll just go over that a little bit. Camera's definitely making a funny noise. I hope it's focusing properly. Okay guys, I'm not going to do too much more to that because I will only mess it up. I might just use, I think I've got, where is it? Oops. This is frayed burlap. This is a lovely colour. Now I'm going to use, if I can find it, my blendy tool. There it is, this one. And just sort of go around the edges a little bit. Distress it. So there we go. Can't even get away from distressing. I have to do a little bit of distressing on this. Okay. Well, at least you know how to pronounce my name now. So I'm going to be doing as well next year, because obviously I've been doing the YouTube channel for nearly 2 years. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so look out for that in January. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I will be doing something. So let me know if there's anything you'd like in the giveaway. I've got lots of things that I've got in my stash that I'm going to give you, and bits that I've made in my videos as well. So there we go guys. I'm going to leave it like that because I'm going to be fiddling and fiddling and fiddling otherwise. So that's not too bad, is it? So using my little flowers on there. So I need to come up as well with a few sort of like sayings to go in the art journal, because I think if you have a saying first, like some of these, wishes do come true, and what was this one, I am who I am, I think it gives you an idea of what to actually do on your page. So that was a bit of a basic one, wasn't it? Flower. So anyway, alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I didn't mumble on too much, and if there's anything else that you'd like to know about me, do let me know, and I will have a chat when I'm doing another one. Alright guys, have a happy new year, have a really really lovely day today, and I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.